All right. I am excited to share and connect you guys who are watching this video with Renee Wise. Renee Wise is a real estate specialist with BP Realty. She joined us
2 months ago.
2 months ago. She is an experienced agent that worked in a different market. She lived in Pennsylvania and moved here to the beautiful state of West Michigan. And yeah, I'm just really excited to, tell your story, Renee, and share your journey of moving here, your experiences, what it looked like. So thank you for taking the time to let me interview you and talk about this story. So first, tell the folks a little bit about yourself, just who you are, and obviously you're married and have kids and all that kind of stuff. But what brought you to West Michigan, and what does that look like? So.
Actually, it's a little bit different. I actually went through a really rough divorce and met a gentleman from Michigan and had spent probably 2 years traveling to Michigan and thought how beautiful it was. And when we decided to finally move to Michigan, that's how I ended up here. I decided I wanted to move and start a new, fresh life than the one I had in Pennsylvania.
Berkshire Hathaway in Pennsylvania, is that correct?
Correct. I was with Berkshire Hathaway, and actually has a big name, Home Services, Home Sale Realty, and I was there for about 3.5 years. I started as an independent agent, and then I moved into a team, which I like the team atmosphere a little bit better than just being on my own. I was pretty active, did a lot of sales and listings, so I did both sides of it. And just really, really enjoyed real estate. And that's when I decided to try and do real estate here.
Good. So you made the move. You're like, hey, I'm going to head to Michigan. I found a man I love and adore, and we're going to go do this. And you reached out to your connections. Obviously, Berkshire Hathaway is a large national company, and they're like, hey, we can connect you with a Berkshire Hathaway agent through our relocation department in West Michigan. Talk about that. How did that go?
When I first decided to go into real estate, I chose Berkshire Hathaway because they had a great training program, and I absolutely loved it. So they have a huge referral program, and we're taught that you should use the agents there through their company because they're a worldwide company. They have agencies everywhere. Which is great. So I contacted our relocation services and said, hey, I'm looking to purchase a home in Michigan because I'm going to be leaving Pennsylvania. So, they did their thing and they connected me with an agent here. And I talked to him on the phone, I want to say 3 times. And he just wasn't to the standard that I felt like I wanted an agent dealing with my own personal purchase. I wanted someone who was a little more understanding about moving from state to state, which he didn't have any experience in, and be a little more sympathetic to the situation that I was in. And after that, I didn't, since I didn't like him, I did let the relocation department know, and they tried to set me up with another agent. And I decided that wasn't really the way I wanted to go. I wanted to figure out my own way. So that's how I found BP Realty. I was looking at a home that we both liked. And as silly as it sounds, I'm, a realtor, so Zillow is the bane of our existence usually, but I clicked on the little Zillow button and immediately the concierge department here at BP called me. I want to say it was like within 3 minutes. It was super fast. And the guy on the other end of the phone just was asking the right questions, like, what kind of agent are you looking for? How long have you been looking in Michigan? And he just seemed, very personable and really cared about me as an individual, not just as, someone who's going to purchase a home. Then he actually hooks me up with an agent in BP who is Phil, who is still working here. And Phil and I just completely hit it off. I always joke that we have very, very similar personalities in the way we think and how we deal with clientele. And I kept asking him questions about BP and what it was like to work here, and whether he really liked it. And he had very, very, very positive things to say, which isn't always the case either when you're talking to other agents who work in different offices. A lot of times there's always something negative to say. He had nothing negative to say. So once I decided I wanted to become a realtor, I didn't look anywhere else. I just contacted Phil and said, hey, can you hook me up with whoever's in charge? And that's how I went from living in Pennsylvania to Michigan.
I love what you said about Zillow, that, Zillow is it's a love-hate relationship, right? But
Yes.
yet you, as an agent, went on Zillow and started looking at homes yourself.
Well,
to
because
find a home.
our searching system in Pennsylvania that I use there isn't the same that I use here. So it was the only way I could see homes in Michigan the way I wanted to see them.
Yep. And there is, the Zillow platform, what they've been able to accomplish, there's a lot of good to the search side of it, a lot of helpful
Correct.
connections. But yeah, two things that I think are important to note on your journey here. Number one, there was a team of people that their sole responsibility is to connect with inquiries right away, right? We talk about the success a real estate agent has with lead conversion is twofold. Number one, speed to lead, how quickly they can connect. And then number two, asking the right questions, nurturing and follow up to build rapport and relationship with that new relationship, right? Before they go, hey, okay, I'm ready to talk to an agent. Great, let me introduce you to Phil, and let me tell you about Phil and how Phil works and how he knows that area well, and that type of thing. That's a special way, and a very healthy way to begin a relationship with someone new, right? And help them through that process. And then, yeah, obviously too, yeah, I've said it since you've been here, Renee. I feel like you and Phil are brother and sister the way you go ahead.
Yeah.
But Phil has been a great asset to our team. He's been here 4 years. He was a teacher for 24 years. He's bought into our culture and what we're about. It's all about, BP stands for about the people. It's about the customer, and creating that home buying or home selling experience for the consumer that the consumer is going to be excited to go tell friends and family about. And obviously, you were not only excited about telling friends and family about your experience, you actually joined us as an agent because of how you were taken care of, how your things went, just your experience in buying a house.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, from start to finish, for me, it was just a smooth transaction. And with having the experience, I knew what the behind the scenes things and what are happening. I started with, the concierge team, which was very, quick to get me to Phil. Phil showed us several houses. He was willing to discuss with me, strategies that we were using in Pennsylvania as well. He wasn't just stern and it had to be, his way. But then, once we got under contract, we went into using, the closing team and stuff, and everything just went so smoothly from start to finish. I don't think I've ever, even in, my 3.5 years, almost 4 years, did I ever have a transaction run that smoothly. And this was mine personally, which made it even better because, it made it a little more stress-free moving from state to state, because that's not an easy task all in itself. So, so once I realized, how smoothly things went, I figured that it would be something that I would really like to apply to my people and have things go so smoothly and easily for them too. I want it to be a stress-free, fun experience, not one you don't want to do again.
Yep. Talk about your 2 months here relative to just training and mentorship and, helping you to get off the ground. I know you mentioned Berkshire has a name, that's known for their training, right? You talked about it earlier, and there's other companies, Keller Williams, they talk about their training. But yeah, talk about that a little bit, because you've shared comments with me like well, my other broker would never have asked me questions and shown me or helped me how to do that, or you know what I mean, like it's completely different. Talk about what the difference is here and what you've experienced.
Well, I first want to say that, I wasn't unhappy, and you and I have talked about this time. I wasn't unhappy at all in Berkshire Hathaway. I had
Yeah.
a great experience there in Pennsylvania. It was just completely different Berkshire Hathaway when I came to Michigan. So I don't want to discount the people that trained me. Stephanie was amazing. My teammate Elaine was amazing. But I think as individual people, you have to search out the best fit for you as a person and as an agent. So that being said, things that have come here, we do things completely different here. I wish I could, put my finger on every little thing, but one of the things that I really, really like about it is just the team camaraderie that we have with a small brokerage. I'm going to give an example. I literally was on vacation last week, and I got a phone call saying, "Hey, by the way, you're under contract. You got your first pending." And I was like, "Huh? What are you talking about?" I had another agent in the office, asked them if they could show their property. And not only did he show the property, but he wrote all the contract, all the paperwork for me. And I'm getting all the credit for it. Yes, I nurtured that client, did what I needed to do for them, but he went above and beyond. And that's something that I didn't have before. I did have, team support, but it was a different kind of team support. Things that come here, like, and I'm going to tote you a little bit, Howie. When I first met you, you were just very personable. I knew you were a salesman. It was definitely written all over you. And anytime though, your office, when I walk to your door, it's open. I mean, I called you a couple days ago, and I found a listing that I wanted to go to, and I haven't been trained in the way to do a listing in Michigan. And I know that you rescheduled a very important meeting so you could attend that listing appointment with me. Yeah, it was always offered before in my other brokerage, but I never felt like my person went out of the way to try and, do those things. Like, her schedule wouldn't have been changed to accommodate mine, because I made it my schedule and you made yours fit into mine. The way we even do that, we do something different, PMAs. That's completely different in the fact that we're trying to show people how to predict what's going to happen in the market with selling their home, not just saying, "Hey, this is what it's worth right this second." We take it a step further, which I think is amazing. And I think, I can't wait to be able to know that program by the back of my hand, like I have other things. Since I've been here, the amount of people that have been referred to me just from our concierge team, I want to say it's like 10 to 12 people in the 2 months period that I've been here, that I've gotten, so many leads and things to follow up on. When I was in Pennsylvania, it took me 6 months to get my first pending, and I've been here 2 months and have my first pending. Yes, I am, an experienced realtor, but if it wasn't for being able to host open houses and having the systems that we have in place, that wouldn't have happened already.
So help me and help the people listening here. Maybe what's going on here could a word picture be there's a difference between classroom training, okay, and an actual mentorship in the field.
Yes, yeah. I did have classes there. I had a great instructor. They did show us a lot of things. However, when coming here though, like I said, yes, yesterday you switched your schedule and you went physically with me to that appointment. And, you took the time the day before that in your schedule, your door was open and I went in, I'm like, do you have a minute? And I could tell you were busy, but you took that time and showed me that you could have easily said, here, do this, and this, and left me walk away, and you didn't. Also, we have another person, Chris. He works in the program, or he works here. He's in our management team, and he's been amazing. Again, if there's something I have a question on, we can, bounce off of each other. Do you think this will work? Do you think that'll work? Also Phil, since I came here because of Phil, he's completely trained me on how to do the paperwork here in BP for Michigan, because it's different here. It's, even though I'm trained and I know how to be a realtor, it's, each different area has different, contracts and things that you need to know. And Phil has showed me how to do that. They've given me ways. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. You may finish. I interrupted you.
No, the other thing too is we have weekly agent training sessions every week, and you're going over some kind of way to help improve or make our business better. It's not just, me doing everything on my own. And yeah, I have a very, I'm a personable person and I know what I need to do, but every once in a while I need that kick in the butt saying you need to do a little bit more. And I think that weekly time that you take to do agent trainings has, really helped me kind of round myself out better. Not that I need babysat, but it's, is a good thing when you need that little bit extra push. It's like you push enough, but not too much.
Yep. We all need nudges. I've done this for 29 years and I still pay for a coach to hold me accountable and to nudge me, right? Because that's just life. That's just life in general.
Right.
Let me get clear on leads. You mentioned since you've been here, the concierge department, and you called them a lead, has given you 10 to 12 leads. But I want to make sure we get clear on that, because in our world, sure, you can pay money to Zillow and Zillow is going to provide you with leads. You can pay money to ZBuyer. You can pay money to realtor.com. You can pay, right? There's OpCity. There's all kinds of companies that are generating leads for you to capture, convert, and nurture. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you didn't receive leads from the concierge department. You received customers, meaning the lead that was generated, concierge converted and nurtured and actually set an appointment with you for you to meet with that client. Is that correct?
Yeah. I'm just going to explain a little bit how, I know, but how our system works. So when a call comes in or they see a home or whatever, and it comes into our concierge department, they get Mitch. And again, Mitch, asks the right questions and tries to figure out which agent is best to set it up with. Once he figures out which agent he feels is best for that customer, he'll then contact the agent and tell them about this client and what this client's looking for, what area they're looking for. We then or myself as an agent, I then take that name and I contact them as well and say, hey, this is Renee, and I'm the one who will be helping you in your home purchase. I'm just going to say purchase because that's the easiest. Your home purchase or home buying process. And then from that, I take and try and search our local MLS to find a home that fits their criteria. But as I'm doing that, I'm bringing them into the office and we do a buyer consult. We try and let people know every in and every out of the home buying process, from the pre-approval up into the settlement, so they can make a wise decision about their real estate purchase, not just, flying by the seat of their pants and, trying to get a house. Yes, you want to win a house in this market, but you want to make it a home and make it a good, wise choice for your family.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's an important differentiator that I just wanted to clarify is you're not receiving 10 to 12 leads in the 2 months that you're here. You're receiving 10 to 12 relationships that our concierge department has begun for you and established and understood their situation and figured out where they're going and what's the best fit for them. And then they're introducing you or endorsing you as the agent. They're telling that new relationship, this is who Renee is. This is what makes Renee awesome. The appointment I went on with you yesterday, because that's right in your backyard. You live in Wayland, you know Wayland, you understand Wayland. You'd be the great fit for this client, right? They're endorsing you, setting appointments, just like this, appointment here, and giving you that new relationship kind of rolled out on a red carpet, a silver platter, right? It's not a lead from Zillow that you got to try and convert, right? The lead has been converted and you have a customer now. So there's a huge difference.
Right. Yeah. I'm not going out there and taking, the what concierge sends me. I mean, they've already been, kind of, and this is probably a bad word, but I've been vetted for them. So they know I'm good for them, but then they've also been vetted to me, knowing that they're going to be a viable client, that I'm not kind of, and I don't want to say this either, but wasting my time. It's not wasting my time, but I'm not getting my time consumed by trying to say, oh, well, this is what you should do, or that. It's already been done by Mitch and our concierge department, and just makes my job a little bit easier and makes things run a little more smoothly and quickly, getting them from customer to client. That way we can get out looking at houses faster, and spend a little, less time getting the basics, so to speak, from them that's already been done for us.
Yeah. Well, Renee, I have thoroughly, you've been a blessing to me personally. You put a smile on my face. You have a sense of humor and a sass about you that I love, and you bring a lot of fun to the office. So thank you for that. Any last words you want to share about any agents listening to this and saying, thinking about, hey, maybe making a move, or they're not getting 10 to 12, 5 to 6 customers given to them every month from their broker? Like, anything you want to say to them as last words before we end this?
To be honest, if they have any questions for me in general, reach out. I'm happy to talk to anybody about my experience. And I'll give you an unfiltered version. I will be very, very direct and very honest about what my experience has been as a realtor and how incredibly happy I am to have found BP here. Again, I said I was happy in Pennsylvania with my team there. My teammates were amazing. And I never thought I'd have that kind of a fit again. But BP's, been amazing, and I've thoroughly enjoyed being here.
Well, Renee, you are amazing, and I mean that. You're a huge blessing to us and our company, a huge blessing to our mission, which is how do we all together, pulling on the rope together, create an experience for the consumer, right? That's our goal. Create that experience for the consumer that they're going to be excited to go tell friends and family about, and you exude that. And I'm so excited to have you part of our company.
I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Thank you, ma'am. Great talking to you.
Thanks. See ya.